morning, YouTube. Thanks for joining us. Again, today's episode is going to be, we're just kind of taking it easy. We're going to do a bunch of hiking around, exploring, do some mapping, see how feasible it is to get to some spots on the property. But first, we're going to take the skid steer up to the other build site. I need to mark out how far back we want to go. And so me and Lucy are going to hitch a ride on this up the hill a bit and show you what we're doing. All right, Lucy, you ready to go? Let's do it. All right, let's head up the hill. See if I can keep this coffee from spilling. This is interesting. We got water up here. This build site. Some water. Coming from this direction. Alright. So today, one of the things we need to do is mark the back end of this. How far back we want to take this out. To make a build site. A lot of this can't really be driven on. It's way too weak. It's pretty steep. Anyway, so this will just be our, like, from here that way. So then we're almost there, actually. Probably just up to that rock right there, maybe, and across. It's a pretty big space. And then to go down this trail here, Castle Road. That way is another mining trail. Totally overgrown and everything. It goes right down through there, behind the buildings over there, down all the way to the other end of the property, I believe. So today I'm also going to hike up there, see what's up there. Yeah. I learned quickly that the lighter the saw, the better when you're doing this. So this is just a little skill saw, or steel saw, 18-inch, I believe, but all right, went up there and marked off the corner here. I don't know if right there. It's actually not that far up. Just up from that down tree right there. gonna go across about the same spot. The excavator is over there. And then right here is a mining trail. It's pretty flat once you get right up there. It just needs to be cleared, and it meets up with what used to be a main road over the mountain, which is no longer used. But if it were cleared, it would go 2.7 miles all the way to the bottom of the mountain, to the pavement actually. It would be a much faster egress should something happen, a fire or whatnot. So we're just going to do selective clearing, even with brush. It's not a wholesale cutout. And we'll probably pull a lot of the deadfall down for firewood and to reduce the fire risk up in there. It seems like if you clean it out, that should help. We're also collecting water down below and have a pump and all that, should something happen. But currently there's only one way in and one way out. So technically I could get out this way if I cut my way out. So I'm gonna walk a lot of that today, do some marks, set some waypoints on Gaia GPS. And I don't think Lucy's up for the trip, so she's gonna stay behind. All right, we climbed up to the flat up here. This is the build site right here. I mean, pretty much go flat through there. So I'm gonna cut a little hole here, do some walking, track it with Gaia GPS. Through here. Wow, it's pretty clear, actually. Whew. Really, this is a very good road. Just has a lot of deadfall on it. But definitely have several flat spots for fallen timber. Whew. Something been sleeping there. I'm going down that way. Meets up with another trail right there. Making our way down, it's a lot easier than getting up. But this road is actually in amazing shape. Structurally, I mean. You clear all the logs, and you'll be collecting firewood at the same time. But it's fairly doable. Easy project. There's some well-placed rocks in the road. I went about halfway up it, and it's about however far, 3/10 of a mile or half mile maybe, up to the next guy's property line up there via that road. All right, just so you can get your bearings where we're at on the property, that old dozer is right down there. We're straight across from it. The creek is right there at the bottom of this gully. We're gonna stack more big boulders on this bank over here, but won't be driving on that anytime soon. Little steep spots with some boulders on it. Should be interesting, but mostly just clear deadfall. Opens up pretty good up here, actually. You get a nice breeze. Get the afternoon sun from this direction. And we may have a spring further down if you walk about 3/10 of a mile down there. There's a pretty wet, muddy spot with the typical plants you would find in a wet area. I just had to research that some more, so I marked it. We'll check it out some more. We're gonna head back down. Maybe you can see the steepness a little bit. I don't know what how steep it is. I'll bring the Jeep up here tomorrow. Let's see what it actually is. Because if you lose your brakes, you can always run into the cabin. That'll probably suck. Anyways, we're going to move that over about 4 feet. That's one of the banks that we've been building out. It's there. This little creek crossing, some people say I should put a bridge in. Pretty simple log bridge. This goes back to a natural spring. It's just another mining trail. And I built up to about here and started to clear some trees and a little excavator. While cutting the forest and rocks next to it. It's really pretty easy trail building here. I think I have somebody that collects this older heavy equipment coming out to take a look at it. But if you're into this kind of stuff, there it is. The John Deere 1943 this episode 3 will be out shortly. Thanks for joining us. We do appreciate it. Follow us along, and if you have any suggestions or anything, throw them in the comments or anything at all to say. Be nice.